Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy King Bean, and welcome back to another show, another video, and a brand new episode. And yo, you're now rocking with the best. Word up. Shout out to everybody who came by and watched the previous video. If you didn't, of course, links in the description and all that good stuff. So today's video is Jaguars talking. This is the second episode of the season. And the reason why I didn't even do last week or anything about San Diego was the fact that the Jags seemed like they didn't care they got blown out. So I didn't care about doing a video about it. But today is a brand new day, and I'm just going to do a quick recap of what and give you my thoughts and my opinions on the Jacksonville Jaguars as they play the Baltimore Ravens today. Jags have always played the Ravens. They usually play them tough. The games are always usually tight ever since before they did the realignment in the NFL when the Jags first came in the league. They were up there in the AFC North, and that's when they played. They battled Cincinnati, Cleveland Browns / Ravens, also battled Pittsburgh and the Houston Oilers / Texans, not Texans, Titans. But they have always played them tough, and it's always been somewhat of a close game no matter what year it is, pretty much. But today, that's just revisiting this history. Oh, let me go ahead and give y'all this caveat. Now, understand this. I'm not affiliated with the Jags in any form, any shape, form, or fashion, anything like that. If you really want some real news on the Jaguars, go to Jaguars.com. They're not sponsoring this, so this is just free stuff. I'm just telling you where you want to go at. And if you just want to listen to a radio or a podcast or something on the Jaguars, go to 1010XL. Just download their app. They're not sponsors of me at all either on here. So just in case if you want some more Jaguar stuff to talk about. But anyway, just give you, like I said, just give you my thoughts on this game. And I was really, really, really upset with the Jags. Not only how they lost today, because they even posted this on Facebook. And I was sitting there, which was really sad, because I'm sitting there watching the game. And I'm like, I want to see how the Jaguars figure out how to lose this game. And lo and behold, we get into the fourth quarter where you had several opportunities to put this game away, and you didn't take advantage of it. And I swear, it seemed like Blake Bortles he didn't play very well today, but he didn't play extremely bad. But sometimes he just seemed like he's regressed. I don't know what's going on with Blake. I don't know what's going on with the team. The defense showed up. They actually made some plays, forced a couple of turnovers this time. They did what they had to do to get this win. This should have been an ugly victory, but they should have gotten this victory. And you give up a block field goal, and then you still get another opportunity to take a chance in that last drive. I don't know what Blake was thinking about dumping the ball off, and then taking that sack was the real backbreaker of the whole game. You can't take that sack in bounds inside your 20. You just can't do it. 20 or 30, wherever it was, on the outside of the field. It was just pathetic. Sitting here looking at the Jags, and this is why I was sitting here complaining so much about the first game and how important that first game was to the Jacksonville organization and to the fan base for you to win that first game. But everybody, I remember still on Facebook, was still saying, hey, yo, Bean, we were in the game. It was a close game. You were in the game. That's what it is. Don't worry about it. Yeah, and I said, what'll happen if you start off the season 1-4? These more victories don't mean nothing. Means absolutely nothing. That's a game they should have beaten Green Bay. They didn't take advantage of beating Green Bay. You go out to San Diego, you lay an egg, that happens. It really upsetted me. Now you're 0-2. That means you only got 12% chance of making it to the playoffs, which is a very low percentage. Now you 0-3 out of the gate. Okay, you lose this game to Baltimore at home. And when you had opportunities to win this game, when Baltimore really wasn't playing its best football, you have an opportunity to win this game and you blow it. You blow it. You blow it again, and it makes no sense. Now you 0-3. You 0-3, and next week you go against the Colts. Colts just won their football game. I just watched their game. They beat San Diego at home. But you now are 0-3 going against Indianapolis. So you're facing off with 4 good quarterbacks, and you should have won 2 of these 3 games. Like I said, I'm taking game 2 out of this. But you can't lose these games at home and expect to be a good team. Now, the question is, should Gus get on the bus? That's the next question. Should Gus get on the bus? And I think it's about time the Heat in Jacksonville need to be turned up on Gus Bradley. He's a nice guy, but I'm tired of hearing the press conferences about, basically rainbows and unicorns. It's all on me. We got to work harder, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. It's going to get better. I don't want to hear that no more. I'm tired of hearing that. I've heard that song and dance for 4 years. This guy here is now like 1-13 in the month of September. Now, there's one thing I remember hearing from an old basketball quote when people would say, you can't lose a championship in the first part of the season. I'm sorry, you can't win a championship in the first part of the season, but you can lose it in the first part of the season. You think about this. The season just started. You 0-3. You bound for, if you go 0-4, you got a quarter of your season is gone. It's not like basketball. If you start off 0-3, you got 82 games. You still got 79 games to go. You know what I'm saying? Or baseball, you got 59 games to go if you start off 0-3. But football, you 0-3, quarter of your season is gone, basically. It's gone. That's equivalent to basketball, somewhat rough numbers, like 12 games starting 0-12 in a season. You know what I'm saying? NFL, this is not for long league. This is what this league is. This is the NFL. This is professional football. You only get 16 chances throughout the season, and you can lose an opportunity to win a division, or lose an opportunity to play in the playoffs, and lose an opportunity just to even make the fan base happy. The fan base here in Jacksonville deserve better. They really do deserve better. They have come out in support of this team, especially these past 2 years, and really believe in the hype that Gus has been spewing, he and Dave Caldwell. Now, it's one thing to be paper tigers, on paper. On paper, everybody, even the national media, is picking the Jags to have a great season. They were picking them, just like all of us here in Northeast Florida. But when you're not producing on the field, there's got to be some changes here. This is not like years past where we speculated like we had talent on the team. It seems like everybody's even saying that the Jaguar team has talent. They're just not executing properly. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's with the players. I don't know if it's coaching, but I'm really beginning to believe it's probably more of the coaching staff. I don't know what Gus Bradley's doing. I don't know why this team can't get over the hump. Now, for the Jags, fortunately, they're playing the AFC South, which is not a very strong league. The Texans are leading right now. They're 2-1 in the division. I mean, that's the only bright spot that's there. But you got to look at it like this. We're on 3 as Jaguar fans. The Tennessee Titans, they at least got one victory on them. They're 1-2. You're looking at Indianapolis. I think they're 1-2 now since they've won. And the Texans, they're 2-1. They're a beatable 2-1 team. And I'm afraid that Indianapolis is going to get better. I think us in Tennessee is probably going to be right around the same way. Now you're looking at the Jags. These next 3 games are very crucial for the Jags in the future. And if they're going to have a sliver of a chance to even get into the playoffs, they're going to have to win these next 3 games. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. This is it. This is really it. And if they lose this game coming up, Gus need to get on the bus. If he's not going by this week, if they lose next Sunday, he has to be gone. He has to be gone. You already got the rebuilding phase going. You need to spend some money, get a coach in here that's going to get these guys to play a whole lot better. Not saying they're not playing hard, but figure out some new scheme or something. I don't know what else to say about the Jags. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm tired of the Jacksonville being the laughingstock of the league. The Jags are going to have to play better. They're going to have to play better. Blake got to stop regressing, stop throwing these interceptions at the most inopportune time. But not all of this is all his fault either. That offensive line is so inconsistent. I think that's where he's fallen into real bad habits, because sometimes they'll have a pocket, they'll hold up the pocket. But then next thing you know, you look around, he's getting chased out of the pocket. So now he's hesitant, doesn't know when to throw, or throw it too early, or throwing it behind receivers or things like that. Now we're getting that bad play. And then the running game is just not getting off the ground. Oh, my God. TJ Yeldon, you're from Alabama, brother. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's the offensive line, because there's sometimes I saw the center. I don't know who and they had a new guy at center. I forget his name. I'm not even going to look up his name. I don't care about looking up his name. They were penetrating the hole. The defensive tackles from the Ravens was penetrating the hole of this game, making plays in the backfield before they even can get going. You know what I'm saying? That can't happen. You can't do that. I know Ivory's been injured, and this is his first game back playing. But Ivory's got to get out there and run the football hard. He's got to be strong when he's running. But the thing is, again, this is his first time back, so you kind of got to figure that he's not going to be that great starting off. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I can deal with. I mean, I can kind of deal with it, but the Jags still overall, the offensive line's got to be better. And I'm telling you just like this. I am so sick and tired of hearing Luke Jokel's name. I am tired of hearing his name every single week for a penalty or getting pancaked or him holding or getting beat or whatever. Luke Jokel is a joke. He's terrible. I know he was a number 1 draft pick, but now it's time to cut bait. I know you don't want to cut bait and say, hey, he was a first-round draft pick. We just can't cut him. We can't bring him off the bench because, the money that he's made, and he's got to prove up to it. Luke been here for 3-4 years now. It's either crap or get off the pot now, Luke. It's time. I'm tired of hearing your name for negative reasons, because you never hear him. You never hear Luke Jokel's name for pancaking somebody. You never hear Luke Jokel's name for giving a perfect block. You never hear that. Every time you look up, is Luke Jokel with a holding. Luke Jokel getting beat. Luke Jokel is not fast enough to stop the guys off the end. Luke Jokel's terrible, man. But we'll go ahead and get some of these stats. Now look at Joe Flacco today. Joe Flacco did, by any NFL standards, did not have a great game. But sometimes Joe Flacco do have ugly games. I mean, it is what it is with the Ravens. Now, Joe Flacco went 29 of 40 for 214 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 picks. And I remember the 2 picks, they were deflected, and, they picked them off, but the Jags didn't capitalize on them. You look at that, they're running back West. He had 10 carries for 45 yards, 7 carries for 20 yards, or 2.9, per carry. That wasn't really great. Steve Smith, the ageless wonder. Tell you something, you don't want to fight this man. Steve Smith ain't no joke. Now, he had 8 catches for 87 yards, which was good. He had no touchdown, but he was real good. Dan Peter, the tight end, 6 of 42. Mike Wallace, they shut him down pretty much, and he's their speed receiver. And he was three catches for 34 yards. So the defense didn't play bad. Like I said, the defense didn't play bad at all. But the Jags just didn't capitalize. Now, we're talking about Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles went 24 of 38 for 194 yards. He had 2 touchdowns and 3 picks. That's pathetic. You can't have 3 picks, and those picks were terrible. They were terrible. Just backbreaking. TJ Yeldon, he had 6 carries for 17 yards. How pathetic is that? Think about that. How pathetic is that? How pathetic is that for a running back or somebody who comes out of Alabama? How pathetic is that? That is ridiculous. It makes no sense. Blake Bortles was second in rushing. He had 3 carries for 17 yards. And Chris Ivory, he had 12 carries for 14 yards, or the 1.2 yard an average. That's ridiculous. You got to be able to run the football some. Take some of the pressure off these receivers. I mean, Allen Robinson had to hustle hard. He had 7 catches for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a pretty difficult day. I mean, that's getting out, making a lot of catches. And you're also looking at Marquise Lee, 5 catches, 44 yards. Hearns, 4 catches, 40 yards. Mercedes Lewis actually made some catches. Wow, he had 3 catches for 20 yards. Thomas, why he only has 2 catches for 13 yards? This guy's the biggest mismatch on the field. Why this guy only getting 2 targets? Makes no sense. Come over from Denver, and you got him sitting there being a guy during distraction or decoy, and he's not catching the football. This is a huge man with great hands, and you're not targeting this man at all, and he's got pretty good speed. Get this man the football, man. You know what I'm saying? Get the man the football. Cyprian played a pretty decent game. He was popping people. Paul Puslesny, old linebacker, just still did his thing. He had 10 tackles. He had 2 for assists, and he had 1 interception today. That was a great interception that he had. Jalen Ramsey played pretty well. He had 4 tackles, had a couple breakups. It's not a bad day for Jalen Ramsey, but he's a rookie, and they interviewed him. He's like, I don't know what to say. Of course, he don't know what to say. He's a rookie. I don't want to hear his interview. I want to hear Blake Bortles' interview. I want to hear, matter of fact, I want to hear Luke Jokel. I want to hear Jokel's interview. Why he's so terrible, and Gus Bradley. I want to know what in the world's going on. It's not telling me about rainbows and everything else going to be great when this team is not producing like it should. So now, I'm going to kind of get into the schedule a little bit of what the Jags got coming up. Now, next week, like I said, they are playing. They're playing the Colts, and I think they're playing this game in London, if I'm not mistaken. They're playing this game in London, so this is a must-win for the Jags. If you go 0-4, Gus needs to stay over there in London. You got to win this game, because then they're gonna have a bye coming in that week, and then you got the Bears coming in. The Bears are actually playing the Cowboys tonight. I don't know what that outcome's going to be like. I'm pretty sure the Cowboys will probably win that game. And then you got the Raiders coming to town with old Jack Del Rio. That's the next 3 games for the Jags. So the Jags need to go 3-0 in these next games, at least to get back to 500. Because if they drop anyone in these games, they're already behind the 8 ball and the big red wall. They can't afford any losses. They got to start reeling off some wins just to get back into contention to win the South. Their focus needs to be to win the AFC South for them to get into the playoffs. That's the only focus that they have. So they're going to have. This is a must-win game playing against Indianapolis. If they lose this game, not only do you lose a game there, you lose a conference game. You know what I'm saying? Lose a divisional game, or whatever it's called. You lose a divisional game. So that means that's 2 losses in 1. So they're going to have to win this game. They need to win this game. So I don't know what the Jags going to do. I'm just frustrated with them. Frustrated with the Jags. Frustrated because the fan base, I mean, I went out to eat after the game was over with, and I was sitting in a restaurant, and I actually saw some Jag fans coming in from the game because I didn't go to the game. And then I saw some Raven fans come in, and just heard the Jag fans. Some of the Jag fans were sitting in there like, yo, we were just this close to winning. We were just this close to winning. And the Ravens fan, you know, good game. It was a close game. You know what I'm saying? Good game, whatever. They happy that they won. They're 3-0. But I was listening to the Jag fans, and I began to think, and I'm sitting there like, yo, has it come down to this that we as Jags Nation just expect to lose? Do we expect to lose, or we just want to be in the game? Does that make you happy as a Jag fan? If that makes you happy as a Jag fan, then you suck. Yeah, I said it. I want to see the Jags win. I'm tired of seeing the Jags mediocre. I'm tired of seeing Jaguars as losers. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it being a Jaguar fan. I want this team to win. I want this team to do well. I want this team to represent Northeast Florida like it should. We're very good football and very good play. So that means Blake Bortles going to have to play better. That means Gus Bradley's going to have to coach better. The whole team's going to have to play better. The offensive line's going to have to play better. There's nothing new what I'm saying here. So I'm finna wrap all this up. I know it's going way longer than what I wanted to. So I just want to get this video out. So thanks for the support. Thanks for watching this. Yo, don't forget to leave a comment. Tell me what you think the Jags need to do to get better. Is it time for Gus to get on the bus? If it's time for Gus to get on the bus, then he need to get on that bus. Anyway, it's your boy King Bean, and I'll holler at you dudes later, man. One love. Peace.